What's up, guys? Scott1 here again. Got a bit of a different video for you guys today. This is a response video to Matt of the Dark Path. This is defending terrible albums, the Dark Path Challenge. Got a stack of CDs here pulled out of the collection. Pretty much stuff that I base this off of word of mouth from other YouTubers, and of course their ratings on Metal Archives. Pretty decent sized stack, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. If I remember, I will put a link in the description to Matt's channel, The Dark Path. Check out his content. He's a great YouTuber, really entertaining, got great stories to go along with his very impressive collection. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. Coming up at the bottom of the pile, we've got Nat Frost with his debut, Blood and Vomit. A bit of a departure from what this guy is known for, which is Carpathian Forest. Says right here on the back, pretty much it gives you a synopsis of what this style of black metal is, and it's true, primitive, narrow-minded black metal. Very depraved lyrics, kind of perverted in ways, but I enjoy the shit out of this, man. Songs like Ancient Devil Worship, Sluts of Hell. What else is good on here? Sodom 666. Whore. Gimme more, gimme more. It's, yeah, whatever. But, yeah. Good stuff. I've heard a lot of people bash this, and I don't really understand why. I mean, like, I'm going to probably say this a lot in this video, but music is subjective. One man's trash is definitely another man's treasure, but yeah. Nat Frost, Blood and Vomit. I defend this to my dying breath. This next band, man, everyone loves to fucking just rip on this band. Anything they do, if it's not their first couple of albums, it's total dog shit according to all you elitists. But yeah, Cradle of Filth, Hammer of the Witches, their 2016 album. This is fucking awesome, man. I love this fucking... I actually got a love affair with this band, but I love this album in particular. This is the best of their modern period stuff. It's just really well-produced, symphonic, blackish metal, if you want to call it. I mean, they stopped calling themselves a black metal band a long time ago, but I still consider them a black metal band. But, yeah, man. Awesome tracks on here. It's probably like Enshrined in Crematoria, Deflowering the Maidenhead, Displeasuring the Goddess, Blackest Magic in Practice, Yours Immortally. I mean, this is good shit. Fuck what the haters say. This is a good album. Definitely worth your time. Another one I'll defend to my dying breath. Moving right along, we got another one. Satyricon, Now Diabolical. Everyone likes to rip on this album too, but I don't really get it. It's not very warranted. This is where I started with Satyricon, so that's probably why I like it so much. But yeah, man. Really well produced. Good sounding black metal, man. Definitely akin to that Hot Topic kind of black metal, but still fucking killer shit. Tracks like Now Diabolical, King, The Pentagram Burns, The Rite of Our Cross, Delirium, To the Mountains. Awesome, awesome shit. Moving on, we got WATAN with Lawless Darkness. Again, kind of like with Cradle of Filth, if it isn't the first two WATAN albums, all the elitists just want to fucking bash on it, say it's fucking shit. Give it low ratings on Metal Archives. But yeah, this is a fucking amazing record. I love this record. I stand by this 100% to the death. Defend this record. This is also where I started with WATAN, so that kind of tells you a little something about it. But really well produced. They kind of abandoned that, you know, harsh, gritty black metal sound that was on the first couple of albums. But I mean, man, come on, there's fucking bangers of tracks on here. Malfeitor, Reaping Death, Wolf's Curse, Waters of Ain. It's worth it's worth the price of admission just for Waters of Ain alone. Another one that the fucking elitists like to take a big healthy shit on from time to time, but yeah, WATAN, Lawless Darkness. Awesome fucking shit. Stand by this to my dying breath as well. Moving right along, we've got some Behemoth with the Apostasy. This is definitely one of the weaker Behemoth albums, especially of their modern period. But everyone likes to shit on this one too. And it's got fucking great tracks on it. Sculpting the Throne, Slaying the Prophets of Iza, At the Left Hand of God. My favorite on here, Be Without Fear. Yeah, it's not the Satanist, and it's not even, like Demigod, because this is the album that came after it. But it's still fucking killer. Still great shit. Love this record. Behemoth, The Apostasy. Check it out if you have it. This band here, everyone likes to fucking rip on these guys too. And for good reason. They've got some fucking complete total stinkers out there. But this isn't one of them. Commandment, 6 Feet Under. Got some good shit on here, man. You got Zombie Executioner, Thou Shalt Kill, Resurrection of the Rotted, Ghost of the Undead. Awesome death metal. Really, the first album by 6 Feet Under is probably his best work. And of course, his legendary stuff with Corpse, but this is a pretty decent album, man. I like this one a lot. I kind of just picked this one up off of kind of like on a blind buy, and I find quite a bit of enjoyment out of this. And go back. I mean, a lot of people really hate 6 Feet Under, so I can understand that, but give this another spin. You might find something you might enjoy. 6 Feet Under, Commandment, awesome shit. I actually pulled the wrong CD. I was going to talk about 13, but I like that one as well. Moving along, more death metal. Morbid Angel, Domination. Definitely the second weakest thing that they did with David Vincent. It's not the first 3 albums by any stretch of the imagination, but it's better than Elude, Davidium, My Anus, or whatever the fuck that weird ass album that they did back in 2010, 2011 was. But goddamn, that album art, man, that shit is fucking awful. But it's got some banger tracks on it. Some of my favorite stuff by Morbid Angel, some of it is on here. Like, one of my favorite songs by them is Eyes to See, Ears to Hear, for some weird reason. But then you got, like, bangers like Dominate, Where the Slime Live, fucking Inquisition, Burn With Me, Caesar's Palace. Got really low rankings on Metal Archives here. I hear a lot of people, when they talk about this album, kind of shit talk it. I don't get that. But, like I said earlier in the vid, music is subjective. Everyone else, everyone's got their own opinions. One man's trash is definitely another man's treasure. And this is a treasure, man. Go ahead and go back and take another listen to this with a little more subjective and a little more subjective ear, and you might find something you enjoy. Morbid Angel, Domination, awesome shit. Then we're going to get into some thrash here. Megadeth, Cryptic Writings. Cryptic Writings is fucking awesome, man. A lot of people like to slam this album too. This shit is good, man. This shit is real good. It's definitely, factually, it's the last album with that classic Rusted Peace lineup. And you can kind of tell with, just with the music that's on here that they were that lineup had run its course and just kind of phoning it in. But at the same time, there's some fucking awesome tracks on here. And I really like this album, man. Trust, Almost Honest. The Disintegrators is one of my favorite modern Megadeth tracks. She-Wolf's another one that just fucking rips. And another one of my favorites is Fight for Freedom, or FFF on this one. Fucking killer shit. Awesome album. Sad that this is the last breath of the classic Rust in Peace lineup, but it is what it is. Dave's had an revolving door of lineups anyway, so that's no surprise to anyone. But yeah, Megadeth Cryptic Writings. Go back and give it another listen. you'll probably find it a little bit more enjoyable than at first hearing. Moving along, almost dropped the bitch. Some more thrash. The Last Offering by Slayer, Repentless. This one gets a lot of hate too, a lot of bad reviews. Everyone's giving this a shitty review. But, I mean, yeah, it's got some of the last Jeff Hanneman stuff. Jeff Hanneman will definitely be missed as far as, like, in the songwriting team of Slayer. But you also got to look at the positive of this, which is it's the first and only studio recording with Gary Holt on it. And Gary Holt fucking rules as a fucking guitar player. And this has got some banger tracks too on it, man. You got Repentless, You Against You, Vices, Piano Wire. I mean, Implode. All good shit. I mean, it's kind of a sour note for the band to end on with this record. But I'm going to be honest, I like this one more than World Painted Blood. Way better than World Painted Blood or Diabolus in Musica. But yeah, man. Good shit. Highly recommend it if you haven't heard it. I can't see who hasn't heard this, but whatever. Moving right along, we got a little stack of some of my absolute favorites that people constantly fucking shit on. First one, Immortal, Sons of Northern Darkness. If you're any familiar with my channel, you know that I love this record. It came in, I think, number 3 in my ranking of their entire discography over some of what is like considered the classic Immortal albums. I like this more than Pure Holocaust, Battles of the North. For this one reason, it's the first Immortal I heard. And you know the old trope, man. The first stuff you hear by a band is usually the stuff that you gravitate towards. You got that nostalgic feeling for it, and it's one of the first that you heard. So, especially if you like, oh, I got to hear more by this band, you usually kind of gravitate towards that one biasly. Is this Immortal's best album? Absolutely not. But it's a personal favorite of mine. I'll defend this shit forever. One by One, Sons of Northern Darkness, Tyrants, Within the Dark. I can name the whole track listing. I love every fucking song on this record. This shit is fucking beyond killer, beyond awesome. I'll defend this to my dying breath. You got Immortal, the Sons of Northern Darkness. Awesome shit. And then we got another one that everyone loves to fucking bash on. And the people that bash on this record, like the elitist fucks, are the same motherfuckers that, like, worship at the altar of bands like Revenge. Revenge is a fucking awful, shitty, just unlistenable band. It sounds like you got two ADHD kids fucking just let them loose in a fucking rehearsal space, and they just get on their instruments and just fucking play whatever the fuck note that they can think of. And you got a guy with his fucking vocal approach. You can't hear him over the chaotic fucking shitstorm mess of what they call music. So, I mean, if you're going to champion a band like Revenge, your taste is lacking, for one. And, yeah, man. Enough with that rant. I get so tired of hearing people talk about that band because that band fucking sucks. But a lot of those, I'm not going to name any names, but 2 YouTubers in particular that fucking worship at the altar of fucking Revenge just took a total heap of shit on this album. And a lot of people have. Metal Archives gave it a low rating too, but I fucking love this shit. About self-titled debut. When you have a career as long as a Both has been doing this, sometimes you got to step out from what you're known for to do something different, just to appease your artistic side of being a musician. And you know, with the big ugly split that was between him and Immortal, you can't blame the guy for wanting to do something completely out of the Immortal wheelhouse. And that's totally what this is. Call it black and roll, call it fucking poser black metal, call it what you will. But this is a fucking banger of an album. This made my end of the year list. I think the top of my end of the year list the year it came out. And I fucking love this record. Winterbane, Ashes of the Dam, Count the Dead, Fenrir Hunts. The cover of Nebula Raven's Winter on here. It's fucking awesome shit. I love this album. I'll defend this to my dying breath too. All you elitists can go fuck yourself and go listen to that fucking bullshit Revenge fucking shit songs, man. Fucking hate that band. Abath, self-titled. Check it out if you haven't. And now we get to one that's, man, this is vastly becoming a seriously guilty pleasure for me. If you watch any of my videos, like the last video I did, I ranked Danzig's discography. This came in down at the second to the bottom of the pile. But doing the research for that video, you know, going back and listening to the discography, and then several days later, I find myself spinning this shit for some fucking reason. We got Danzig 5, Black Acid Devil. Yeah, it's shitty fucking industrial metal. But Danzig's vocal approach on this is actually pretty good. His vocal sounds still amazing on this. It's just too bad that it's like drenched in reverb. But man, everyone that's a fan of Danzig fucking slams this album. And for good reason. It doesn't even hold a candle to those first 4 records. But this is a hidden gem, man. This is one that I don't think should be completely and totally dismissed. Because yeah, you gotta also see, like I said with Abath, as long as Danzig, up until this point in his career, Danzig had been making music since like 77, 78. So he wanted to do something a little different. Yeah, he was trying to roll with the sign of the times, especially with like, you know, Nine Inch Nails being huge and other fucking techno-industrial bands. But this is a fucking good record for what it is, man. I find myself listening to this a lot more than I probably fucking should. But, yeah, it's laughable. It's definitely, you know, shit you would hear in a fucking goth club. But, fucking some good tracks on here. See All You Were, Sacrifice. My favorite used to be Come to Silver on here. But now, I really like this track on here called Hint of Her Blood. Really good, doomy, just fucking doomy industrial track. It's just fucking awesome. And there's a killer cover of The Hand of Doom by Black Sabbath on here. But yeah, man. Black Acid Devil. It's good and bad all at the same time. And finally, the last one I'm going to talk about for this video, because it is kind of running lengthy, and I've been having a bit of a memory problem with my phone lately. Because this is the 3rd time that I've made this fucking video, by the way. The album that everyone loves to hate, besides Saint Anger, Load. Load fucking rules. I don't care what any of you fucking elitist douchebags have to say about this album. Yes, it's not, you know, the thrash metal stuff that Metallica's known for, but at the same time, it's just a fucking awesome hard rock record. You know, kind of forget the fact that it's a thrash metal band. If they would have done this under a different banner, I think people would have liked this a whole lot more. And to be honest, even though they're considered all these albums are shit by Metallica after the Black Album, every fucking one of them debuted at #1 on the Billboard charts. Every fucking one of them. Even Saint Anger. But we're not talking about Saint Anger. We're talking about Load. And honestly, I like this more than the Black Album. This has got some of Hetfield's most heartfelt, deep, introspective lyrics that the man's ever written. His fucking vocal approach on here is amazing. You know, there's obvious hits on here, you know. I'm not going to cite those because for me, this album's all about the deep cuts, man. Bleeding Me, Poor Twisted Me, Wasting My Hate, Thorn Within, my absolute favorite, The Outlaw Torn. This is an amazing hard rock record. Probably the best hard rock record of the 90s. Nothing touches this, in my opinion, especially in Metallica's later era non-thrash stuff. To me, this is their best shit post Justice for All. But yeah, man. Load. The album that everyone loves to hate. I'll defend this shit to my dying breath. This is a fucking classic. One for the ages. Load. Go back and give it another listen. Try to see it as a hard rock album instead of a thrash album, and you might find a little bit more enjoyment out of it. But yeah, guys, that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for this video. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'll try to remember to leave a link to Matt's channel, The Dark Path. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing. See you guys in the next video.